Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz got trolled in a masterful way by a comedian and friend of TYT. His name's Walter Masterson. He's done some video content for us in the past. And I would say he might be the only person who sweetened a Gaetz-related story for me. So let's watch what he did.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I mean, everyone thinks you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy. People think you're a pedophile. I don't think you're a pedophile at all. I don't think he's a pedophile at all. The charges against him are totally false. They're totally false. Oh my God.
No, that was amazing. That was so good. It was so good. The best part is Matt Gaetz's face as he utters the word pedophile. It was like giant smile, ear to ear. Gaetz is feeling himself. And then he hears the word pedophile and he's like, oh, no, get off it. No. Let's not mention that. And for those who might be living under a rock and don't know what that means, he's currently being investigated by the Department of Justice for potentially, allegedly, paying for a minor to travel across state lines for sex, which is a serious crime. So that investigation is ongoing. We have no other details to share with you at the moment, but that's what spurred the pedophile allegations. Was.
Yeah, this guy is doing it right. Oftentimes on the left, we try to engage with these folks with serious, fact-based, nuanced conversation when what they really deserve is to be mocked and derision. And so this homie actually gets the tenor of how we need to be dealing with the Matt Gaetzes and the Marjorie Taylor Greenes of the world. Just clown these fools. I love it.
I love it too. My favorite thing is how Marjorie Taylor Greene is just oblivious throughout this whole thing. Like, look at Matt Gaetz. He's like, oh no. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, I'm smiling for the cameras. Everything's great. What do you mean, pedophile? Everything's wonderful. I mean, I'm a total believer in QAnon conspiracy theories, but when I'm standing next to someone who might actually have, abused his power and engaged in sexual misconduct with a minor, no, it's totally fine, totally oblivious to it. Big smiles.
Well, yeah, they only care about that kind of stuff when it's on the internet. That's like their big thing: child trafficking and child abuse, sexual abuse, etc. They pretend to be riled up about it on the internet. Of course, they can never come up with the actual kids who this is happening to, parents who are missing people. They never come up with the actual goods on this stuff. They're just chatting. And meanwhile, Matt Gaetz has a credible charge of some pretty shameful stuff levied against him that he's still dealing with, but that's completely fine, Anna. You know why? Because it's true.
Right, well, it's because he's a self-identified Republican, and for some reason that makes you completely immune to the same speculation that other people have to deal with. But no, let me just say, they haven't charged Matt Gaetz, but he is being investigated by the feds. So I think it's a pretty serious investigation for someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene to just completely ignore and show full support for Gaetz. I should also tell you what they were up to. They were in California, unfortunately, doing this America First tour. And they had a lot of issues in Orange County, which is where they decided to do part of this tour, because the various venues that they wanted to be hosted at dropped them. For instance, the Pacific Hills Banquet and Event Center, that's a hotel in Laguna. It's a hotel in Laguna Hills, California, was initially slated to host the event, but canceled a week before when they realized who the speakers were. The Riverside Convention Center was then tapped to host, but canceled 24 hours before the event. Finally, the Anaheim Event Center in Orange County canceled its last-minute plan to host the tour stop over general security concerns. And for those who might not know, Orange County is not like some progressive bastion. Orange County is known for its conservatism. So the fact that they were dropped from 3 different venues in Orange County is notable. So in the end, they decided to just do this outside of the Riverside City Hall. And Marjorie Taylor Greene was frustrated at being canceled. She said that radical communists are the ones who canceled her. And she also had this to say about being canceled as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to stand before the radical left, Antifa, BLM, domestic terrorists, and the Communist Democrat Party to say we won't back down. We won't back down. You've got 2 members of Congress right here, and we refuse to be canceled because we won't let you be canceled. Don't let them force your kids to wear masks in school. Don't let your children to be forced to take a vaccine that's not FDA approved.
I mean,
I love when they say Democrat Party.
when they say, no, but like when they accuse people like Joe Biden of being a communist.
Yeah.
Of being a communist.
Yeah, words don't have meanings anymore.
No meaning.
There's no meaning to any word. Like there's never been a more pro-business Democrat in office than Joe Biden. He's literally an arch capitalist. But again, the facts don't matter. They rather like fight on the terrain of fantasy land, because then they could make the allegations and the stakes as ludicrous as they want to, and obviously they really want to. It's just the Democrat Party. They're doing it on purpose, by the way. When they say the Democrat Party, they're saying it wrong on purpose. It's just like a dismissive type of thing. The Democrat.
So you're right about them intentionally mispronouncing or mislabeling, because what does Democrat sound like? It ends with rat. Like it just doesn't sound as good. Democratic sounds good. So it's a marketing ploy by the GOP because they're good at messaging, to be quite honest with you, right? Like they pay close attention to how to make words sit well with their constituents on anything related to them, but basically how to demonize or brand the other side as like demons and rats and people to be scared and disgusted by. It's what they do.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.